Coming up next on Co-Parenting with the Spurlings.
I want them to be equally as proud about both of their parents.
And the DNA test has come back, and it says that I am Elijah's father.
We're going to be very good big brothers.
I walked into a beautiful room with cedar walls.
So I hear you have big plans for us tonight.
Man, how'd I do, man? It looks like,
It's that. Here's the thing. I first started rapping in elementary school. I don't think Stephanie likes my music.
Oh, I have a pork chop saying you have the octopus.
Octopus.
Octopus. Octopus.
In Santo Domingo, there is the remnants of a very, very painful and dreadful time in Western history. I think it really affected them.
Y'all are my sheroes. Right. You guys are, even when y'all being silly, it's a lesson.
We go out fishing. We have a time to slow down and talk about things, about things in the family.
I could definitely see the difference between how my sons were playing and how the other kids were playing. And it was a little irritating.
The guy that I'm looking for is definitely being a strong man, a supportive man.
Roman doesn't want our mom to have a boyfriend.
hey, Brooks, what's up, brother?
Oh, man, I'm great, D. How you doing, my man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm glad you can meet me out here, man.
And then they pull out a box. Then I open the box.
Nothing says, hey, you're all right with me like a diamond.
Seriously though?
Right now I'm headed up to a loft and we're going to record a video there, a music video. And I've invited Stephanie and the boys just to kind of see what I do. I have a pretty good idea how it's going to go. It's going to go like it's always going. She's just not going to understand. I already know, but I'm hoping that she'll be a little bit more understanding, but I don't know.
Our dad's music is really nice. I like our dad's music. We've been in the videos of the music video before. He talks about us on the music videos.
My youngin' follow Poppy, thinking seriously about getting back with they mommy, nah I mean, like Nueva York could say, feel like Nas back in the day, what up Jay? Maybe silly cliche, but it's one life to live, next day not promise, live free, die well, my advice, live your life, give them a story to tell, when I fall it won't be no regrets at all. Just a little bit of love for you, just a little bit of love for you. Just a little bit of love for you. Just a little bit of love for you. Still a real Dominicana. When I was poor and young, music was all I had. I'm glad I suffered and thank God I struggled. In love again with you. Make love to the ladies who I choose. Sometimes I choose to. Sometimes
I don't think Stephanie likes my music. I don't think she likes the idea of me doing music.
When I listen to Dennis's music, I listen to it literally. When I hear the word menage or something like that, I have visuals immediately.
My lyrics are complicated because I use a lot of allegories and I use a lot of similes and I use a lot of references. And if you listen to them literally, you'll get one meaning. But if you actually sit back and listen to the body of the work, there's a very powerful message in it.
These words are just analogies, or they're possibly sub-meanings of something else. I hear it for what it is. Like I hear 3 girls in the bed, I see 3 girls in the bed, or something like that. So the songs were rather risque for me.
When Stephanie says my music is overly sexualized, it means she hasn't actually listened to it. It's all in her imagination.
Some of the lyrics really, I try not to focus on the past or have any thoughts of my life during my marriage. Sometimes I hear these songs and it's like, wow, is that going on? Images that I really don't want to bring back to my mind and to my thoughts.
I don't think Stephanie likes my music. I mean, here's the thing. I first started rapping in elementary school. It's art. It's art. It's my expression. It's my creative way of writing down my thoughts, not just for me, but for the ages. I'm a poet. I'm an artist. I have such beautiful things in my soul from all the pain that I had to endure as a child that bubbles up, not in the form of violence, but in the form of love and peace. Now, Stephanie says, oh, you talk about too much sexual stuff in your song. It's not sexual, it's just love. To her, she's a very pragmatic person, and it just doesn't make any sense to her. I can't fault her for that, but we're just different people, and that's just the reality of it.
Maybe there are just lyrics, and maybe these are just plays on words, but sometimes listening to the songs makes me question former infidelity, and those are things that I don't even want to think about now. We're many years removed, but I'm human, so listening to the music sometimes takes me back. The thing that brought me to go and see a counselor was I was just at a point where I realized I needed a break. I needed someone to talk to. There were times where I'm used to going and supporting this and supporting that, but I needed to go talk to someone to support Stephanie. I'll be honest, I was skeptical. You go, sometimes you feel like you're going to someone who knows nothing about you, who's gonna give you a textbook answer, where they don't know your daily life, your daily walk. So I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't very optimistic about how it would go.
I have a question for you, and I think it's one we need to ensure that you lay it on the table. When it comes to this idea of co-parenting, we know the season of blended families are now. Mm-hmm. They're everywhere. This is more of the norm than having a traditional family. Mm-hmm. What are the struggles there?
The initial struggle is, like I told you, when the skillet is hot, we had no rapport. Mm-hmm. So it was, and honestly, a heavy struggle is dealing with lawyers. I feel that during a divorce, the lawyers keep the animosity up there. You're talking so much about where the cars are going, where the houses are going, the time with the children. At the end of the day, I end up saying keep the house, keep the cars, all of that. Just, I needed peace. But we, at this point, we have to put on our game face. Grown-ups get it together. We talked about grown-ups and being grown. Right. It's time for us to be grown and find some type of way to make this happen. Here's the reality. If you were modeling how hard it is for us to be grown, they would appreciate being a child. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, the responsibilities you put on your son, I do the same thing. Mm-hmm. I had a recent health scare, and when I went into that, I told myself that I don't want to ever leave this earth and my kids not know how to be responsible for themselves.
You said, hey, I had a health scare. Mm-hmm. And I want you to tell me about that.
It has come twice, actually. The first time they found lumps in my breast, I was very, I remember I went to the doctor and they said, I went to have my ultrasound, and they said, well, your blood pressure is high. I said, well, you tell somebody with a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, they have lumps, your blood pressure will be high too. But right. In my last visit to my OBGYN, she felt something that felt different, But I thank God that there were no signs of cancer or anything like that. But I do have to go and have myself examined again really soon.
From someone who went through it, yeah, the biopsy, MD Anderson, the entire thing. The health scares that can deal with stress, mm-hmm. that can deal with putting ourselves fifth. Mm-hmm. Notice I didn't say second.
No, absolutely.
Okay, yes. Loving what we do more than who we are. Yes. Yeah. And so we stress sometimes, and it's self-imposed, and we think we measure ourselves our best by a litmus of what the world shows us.
Yes.
And Roman,
my little guy.
Your little guy.
Yes.
And Dennis, it's not even for them to say that they need you. They do. It goes without saying.
Yeah.
but you need you.
I do. I need a little mellow. I need a little break. I need, you say stress brings on health. The bulletins, the emails start from your bosses on Sunday, sometimes even Saturday.
That's right.
So it's hard to even get your head out of that. I work so hard too, professionally and as a mommy, because I want them to see the star in their mama too. I want them to see strength, and I want them to see just greatness. I want them to be, when they talk in class, I want them to be equally as proud about both of their parents. I know, I hear you, and I know you're telling the truth. But what I know for sure is I do want to be. I don't want to be gone. So I have to be.
Take it from me. I agree with you.
Yes.
I can see
Didn't
you
I tell
getting
you
powered
don't
up
make
real
me
quick.
pull no napkins out of here? Told you I didn't want to cry and all of that stuff.
That's what I do. Did you have a left nostril raised?
The counseling session was important to me because my initial concern was if there would be a level of understanding where she would understand where I was coming from. And ironically, the counselor was a mother. She had a huge spiritual belief, like myself. She had gone through similar health scares, as well as raising a son, divorce. So it ended up being a wonderful experience. I shared a few tears that I didn't expect to shed, but she brought me to just an understanding of where I was and how to move forward. And I really appreciated the session.
I invited Just Brittany to Beans and Cornbread Studio to hear my latest album, Coffee King International, because I needed to decompress. Like Stephanie has never really been supportive, but the truth is most of my family and friends have never really been supportive of my music endeavors. They can't understand I do it not for them, but I do it for me because it brings me peace. And it's just good for me to be around people who understand where I'm coming from and what I'm doing with my music. Thank you.
Great job.
I just want to make this music.
Work and travel the world.
Yeah, I think at this point, I got 3 boys. I had 2.
Crazy, you have all boys.
Yeah.
That's good.
If I have another one, I might need to change up my technique or something. I met Just Brittany somewhere in 3rd Ward on Dowling at one of those little hole-in-the-wall clubs. And it was about a year or so after I had gotten divorced, and I was just reacquainting myself with the city of Houston. And I didn't know who she was. She was just a fine woman standing by the bar, And I had a little liquid courage in me, and so I just went and talked to her. She was so cool, but I never really pushed the issue with trying to be some sort of love interest, because I just respected her as an artist. I really liked the music, the courage that you have to stand up on that stage and deliver those lyrics. And I have the utmost respect for Just Brittany and all the artists in Houston and all around the world.
Everywhere.
What's it like to go places that you don't really know all the people there, but they already know you through your music? Like, what is it like to hear people sing your songs back to you while you on stage?
It's elating, like, for you to take out the time to even learn my song and say the words. A picture that I took out of my life and made it into words, and for them to really memorize the picture, and make it into their own. It's like, wow.
That's amazing, right?
Very amazing.
Beans and Cornbread are 2 of the hottest producers in the United States. These guys are awesome, man. I've been hanging out with them since 2013, and they've been, for the most part, my main supporters even before I released my first album. And so being around these musicians really just feeds that energy, that music energy, that's usually just that inner poet that's usually washed away every day from practicing law, and it has to be rejuvenated. And it is rejuvenated when I'm around these folks who express themselves in artistic form.
I used to be in drumline. Drum roll at its old. I played cymbals, the bass. Papa in New Orleans has a piano. He does? Where? In his front room. I showed you it. That's a keyboard. Whatever.
I brought my boys out here because I wanted them to learn team sport. You know, they do a lot of individual sport where they only have one person to rely on. But in this world, you need to know how to work with other people, and you need to know how to be a congruent part of a team.
I didn't know that my dad knew how to play basketball at first.
Go ahead. Let's see. Up. That's pretty good. Let's see. Up, look. Not with both hands. Look, you gotta be smooth. Look, look, look. See this? Look at this. Oh. Oh. Give it to me again. Oh, give it to me again. I'll get some rebounds for Daddy. I know that. Cool.
Finally. I like playing basketball with my dad. He's really rusty. Dribble, shooting, practically everything.
I don't like basketball. I just don't. Yeah, I never did. I was always a big kid, and I used to play with these little quick, short kids, and they would always, and it was painful to me to try to go out there and play. So, I mean, it's cool, but it's just not my thing, man. So, y'all be cool, man. I'm gonna go out here and try not to hurt myself again. And I heard what you said, Roman. I'm not rusty. I know you watching this, man. This dude, rusty.
I'm about to go take a look at some diamonds. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to purchase Stephanie a really nice gift that the boys can present to her on behalf of themselves and also me. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, so I decided we're gonna go purchase Stephanie a diamond to show her that, hey, we appreciate your friendship.
I found something that I think is gonna blow you away.
All right, let's see what you got.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Open that box.
All right. Okay, so this is, I don't know. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at that.
Exquisite, right?
Yeah, that is a very large rock.
It is.
You know, I bought Stephanie a ring when we were first married. She loved that gold ring. It's a beautiful ring. And I had plans on getting her a bigger ring as we stayed married, but we didn't stay married. Stephanie's a good mother. I like that she is very attentive to our boys. I like the fact that they know that they have a mom that cares about them. I got her a nice gift of appreciation because, you know, women should be appreciated. I appreciate what women do. And you know what? I didn't understand how tough being a mom was until they dropped those kids off of me after I got complete custody. And I was like, oh my God. You know, the kids are running wild. And that's what mom is there for. She's focused on all these. She's focused on the details is basically what you're saying. He's focused on the big picture, and she's focused on the details. That's why men and women need each other. Yeah, Ali. Yeah.
No, I mean, it really is.
Yeah, but I appreciate this. This is a good gift. Nothing says, hey, you're all right with me like a diamond.
Seriously though, like.
There it is, with the diamond lady.
about. You are the father. Okay. All right. All right.
The boys and I are getting ready to go to the beautiful island of Hispaniola and the country of the Dominican Republic. My attorney is in the Dominican Republic.
I wanted to try it, but it wasn't sweet at all.
I could definitely see the difference between how my sons were playing and how the other kids were playing, and it was a little irritating. In Santo Domingo, there is the remnants of a very, very painful and dreadful time in Western history. I think it really affected them.